You said that you like to go to a coffee shop. Please describe your favorite coffee shop. Where is it located? What does it look like outside and inside?
Model answer. My favorite coffee shop is 5 minutes walking distance from my house. The coffee shop is not so big and there are only 4 or 5 tables. Although this coffee shop seems not to have many special features on the outside, it has unique decorations to show the taste of its owner inside. This place is not crowded and always has a quiet and calm atmosphere. Every time I go there, I feel like I'm taking a break from my busy daily life.
It looks like an old castle. The coffee shop doesn't have many special features on the outside. It is decorated with a trendy and modern interior inside. The cafe is small but has a cozy, warm atmosphere. This cafe has a warm, welcoming atmosphere. The small but rural mood of the cafe always makes people feel relaxed.
I use free Wi-Fi at the cafe. I drink my favorite coffee and enjoy a variety of desserts at the cafe. I take my laptop to the cafe and do my work. I sometimes work at the window seat in a cafe to refresh myself.
I meet a friend and chat with a cup of coffee at the cafe. When I wait for a friend, I usually observe other people in the cafe. Once a month, I meet my study group in a downtown cafe. If I go to a famous cafe, I post on SNS with my smartphone to share my experience. The cafe serves the finest coffee. The place gives people excellent service. There are always lots of people in the cafe, and they all seem to have an enjoyable time. The cafe is famous for its luxurious interiors and vintage dishes. A barista who has won at a barista competition is working in the cafe.
Last summer, on a rainy day, I remember that I was happy to have aromatic coffee and to hear good music in the coffee shop. Once, I accidentally met a friend who was a childhood friend in a cafe. My favorite writer had a new book signing at the book cafe. I had to meet an important customer in the cafe, but the customer came too late.
When do you usually go to a coffee shop? Who do you go there with? What do you order? What do you do when you are in the coffee shop?
Model answer. The first thing I do when I go to a coffee shop is order drinks. While I wait for the drink, I read a magazine or chat with my friend. I usually order a cup of coffee and my friend orders fresh juice. I often meet friends at a cafe, but sometimes I go alone with my laptop to work. At the cafe, I meet someone or have quiet time alone.
How did you go to the coffee shop for the first time? What was your first impression of the cafe? Please tell me in detail about your experience at the coffee shop for the first time.
Model answer. Probably when I was in high school, it was the first ever experience of going to a coffee shop. A famous coffee brand shop was opened in my neighborhood, and my friends and I decided to visit it after final exams. The first impression of the cafe was very intense. I thought that the interior was very sophisticated and everything seemed very trendy. I was fascinated by this place, so I spent much time with my friends at the coffee shop after that.
You might have an unforgettable experience while you are at a coffee shop. When and where did it happen? Who were you with?
Model answer. Once I was waiting for my friend in a coffee shop. The entrance was so loud and two men were arguing. I didn't know the exact details, but the fighting seemed to be getting bigger and turning into a physical fight. The staff tried to stop them, but it did not go well. It didn't end until the manager and other staff came out and took them out of the shop by force. It was not a common happening, so it's particularly memorable for me.
You said you go to a coffee shop often. I also enjoy going to a coffee shop. Ask me 3 or 4 questions about this.
Model answer. You just said that you go to a cafe often. If you don't mind, let me ask you some questions about it. Where is your favorite coffee shop? Why do you like to go there? Do you have any special drink you order there? How is the atmosphere of the coffee shop?